Hi, I'm Lee Martinuzzi, the Hidden Why Guy. This is 7 Minutes of Wisdom. G'day, gang. Look, today I really want to talk about the hidden why. What is the hidden why, and what is your hidden why? Really, it's about a deeper purpose, a deeper reason, a deeper meaning for living this life. And that's really what I want to deliver today is just thoughts around that. And first of all, I want to ask the question, do you have a why? And do you believe that we all have a why? Just reflect on that for a second. Now, I've interviewed a lot of people, and everyone that I've interviewed on the show says, yes, we do have a why. Now, their reasoning for that and their belief behind that might differ, but the truth is they believe that we all have a why. And I really believe that we do. I believe we have this deeper calling, this deeper purpose within life, but I feel that a lot of us have been disconnected from it. Now, look, to re-find it, it's not like finding a set of keys that you've lost around the house. You can't simply just, search the house and find the keys and say, hey, I found my hidden why, great, things are going to get better. It takes a little bit more than that. And the truth about the why is it's sort of evolutionary as well. It takes some work, it takes time. And as you grow, as your priorities change, as you evolve, your why will evolve too, and it'll emerge to an even deeper level. But first, you need to do the work that it takes to uncover your why and really reconnect with your why. And as I said before, I think a lot of the audience, a lot of people in life, myself included, we've become disconnected from this why because of domestication, because we've been conditioned to live a certain way, to do things and behave and be how we are being based on the external factors of life, the external factors that society has perhaps created, that our upbringing has created, perhaps the belief that our culture thinks this is how we need to be to really live this existence. And when we base everything too much on the external aspects of life, on all these extrinsic factors, we tend to create this new definition of ourself, and that removes us from the ability to really listen to our true self, our inner self, which I like to call the soul. And I believe our soul talks to us through our heart. And if we can only reconnect with our heart and start listening to it again, really create that awareness around what that is, and once we get that attention there, then just start following that, using that as a little bit of a guide to creating our values, to better understanding our values, to really better understanding our dreams. We all have dreams, but again, through conditioning in life, we've been pushed away from those dreams. And then when we start following someone else's dream, so by connecting really deep within, we can find our values, we can find what our dreams are, we can really better understand what our true needs are. A lot of us think we need all this stuff, but that's not the truth of our existence. And if we could only see that, our process, our pursuit of this existence will be much more pure. We can better understand our desires. So there are 4 points that I like to create into what I call the life compass. And that is really the guiding force behind your life. And that allows you to pursue your life with greater purpose. And you can take action that is more purposeful. What a lot of us do, I think, in this life is we rely on the map that's given to us by society. And it's a map that's like, here you go, here's your map, follow that, take these roads, and you will find happiness. And I think if we can all really ask that question around what it's all about, what is life all about, what we do day to day, I think we would find that the ultimate goal is to just be more happy in life, to really enjoy this existence. So by giving this map to us and saying, hey, follow these roads and you'll find happiness, that's not a formula for this true path of happiness, I believe, because it's not our own path. And a lot of the great authors of the world, if you've read the book The Alchemist, he'll talk about this journey of your legend. That is by following your own journey and really listening within, listening to your callings, listening to that passion that burns inside you, and just taking the action along those lines. So get rid of that map that life has given us and get your own piece of paper. Start drawing your own map of existence, creating your own paths, creating your own highways, walking the path that has more meaning to you. And you'll find that path that has more meaning by really connecting with that life compass. That is your guide. So you've got your life compass, you've figured out your values, your dreams, your desires, your needs. You can then use that to take purposeful action. And that'll tell you whether to go left, right, forward, backwards, or what to do next. And I believe that happiness doesn't come from a moment of achievement. It doesn't come from, reaching a point in time where you've got, your finances sorted out, or where you've met that special someone, or any of those things. That's not what happiness is about. Happiness is about the pursuit. So if you can find your why and really start pursuing life truly to yourself, using your own blank canvas and drawing your own map, you will find happiness in that process, because everything you do will be more purposeful. Everything you do will make more sense. And a lot of the times you'll give up that fight, give up the fight of really, just struggling against all that life that is just an incongruency with who you truly are. And that's how I found myself many years ago. I just was living this life that wasn't true to myself, and all these incongruencies just created this friction, created a lot more stress and struggle and pain, and that just didn't feel good. And really, it's about how you feel. Once I started really connecting with my why and saying, hang on, how do I want to live this life? How do I want to be? And then I started walking that path. I just found a greater sense of purpose and a greater feeling just in that process, because whilst there's still struggles and there's still pain and there's still suffering and there's still days that I don't absolutely love, the truth of it is, following that, at least it was going towards my legend, not the legend of someone else's. So that's why I think, finding your hidden why is really powerful. I believe we all do have it. We just need to take the courage and really start asking those questions within. And that stops a lot of people. A lot of people are scared to ask those questions because, what if I ask that question and how I'm living life isn't good? And what does that mean? What is that going to cause? What sort of change do I have to go through? And that brings up all sorts of different fears that might come about. We also have self-doubt and limiting beliefs based on our conditioning and our domestication that I talked about a little bit earlier. So we have to move through those. And really, at the end of the day, it starts with you. That first step really starts with you. And if you really want to discover your why, you have to take the courage. You have to start asking some of them questions. And really, the best way to do this for me, I would suggest, is I've got a free downloadable PDF at thehiddenwhy.com. You can find that under resources. It's free. Just download that. Create some time in your schedule to just really spend time on this, to just answer those questions as thoroughly and as deeply as you can. If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. The next best thing you can do, and you can probably do these two things together to make more powerful impact, is just take yourself out of your environment. Remove yourself from your home. Remove yourself from your office. Find some time out in nature. Now, if you've got a couple of days, go camping for a couple of days. If you've just got an hour, go for a walk into the woods wherever you live. There's a bit of nature somewhere around you. It might even be just the local park in your city. Go out there and just, walk around in nature, take your shoes off even, sit down on the grass, and that will just remove you from all the chaos that is life and really connect you with the deeper meaning and give you that sense of unity. And I really believe if you can find your why, if you can start really thinking about what that means to you and start taking the action, because of this unity of our existence with the universe will start conspiring to help you get there as well. And that will make the process a lot easier. So guys, that would be my action points. That is the hidden why. I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure you leave your comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, and share it with the other people that are watching this link as well. That would be great. Thank you, and we'll talk soon. Peace, passion, purpose. See ya.